You may be wondering why we're playing this music this morning here on The Lead Live from the Peterson Health Digital Center, Digital Studio at Pine and Plow Brewing Company. It's because Thursday night, Symphony of the Hills will play Bolero, and we have tickets to give away. Doug, I know you haven't been yet.
I have not.
It seems like a good time for you and Elzeth to...
You think so?
You know, I forgot to do with your poor wife, since she's from South Africa. I forgot to show her that video of that baboon in the kitchen.
I'm sure she would be overjoyed to see that.
Imagine walking into your... She probably witnessed that, probably.
Well, when we were down there, you go to the southern tip of Africa, the baboons run wild down there. People have to literally, like they do in Yosemite, you got to lock up your trash cans.
Yeah, right, like bears. Yeah, lock them up. Yeah, bear cans.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to The Lead Live. I'm Louis Amestoy. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning. We think guests are showing up. We're not sure exactly. It's just one of those things. But no matter what, we got Mark Hoffler here. He's going to tell us about stuff. I believe that Mark is a certified financial planner. Is that right, Mark?
Actually a commercial banker.
Commercial bank. See,
Yeah.
I glorified you.
Even worse, I'm a banker.
Even worse.
Again, so Thursday at the Callow Theater, Bolero will be the standout performance for the Hill Country or the Symphony of the Hills. Hill Country Youth Orchestra is representing today, and we have Kyla Gazelle getting ready to join us here from South Star Bank. Let's get started though with the show. Let's get rid of Bolero for now, and we'll get back to the show. I hear Kyla. Kyla, good morning.
Good morning.
Wendy, good morning. How are you? Let's get started here. Well, let me say this real quick, folks. We've got a whole lot of things to get to today, and Julie Davis blew me off today again. I don't know what to do with her.
I think you're slipping on her priority list.
I really am. I really don't know what to make of her. She just says, well, she sends me a text this morning like at 4 a.m. and says, I can't.
Blue alert.
I can't be there. I can't be there. Did you guys get that blue alert, by the way?
Yes, my husband looked at that. The FCC's had like over 3,000 complaints from Texans about waking us up at 4 o'clock in the morning for something up in the Panhandle.
I heard too that people were they had their phones turned off, and some of them were like, rattled by
yes,
that
yours
thing.
truly.
So,
yes,
yeah. I heard it. And I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck is that? Because I have all those alerts turned off. It's kind of bad because you feel bad about it because you want to have the alerts, but at the same time, like they're so repetitive. It's just crazy. So anyway, Ken Sobel Ford for all our service needs. Make an appointment today at 830-257-5557. They will take care of you in the Quick Lane Service Department. They're outstanding as always. If you have a need, they'll take care of you. They also have the mobile service van, which has bailed out Doug a couple of times.
Yes.
Is the Cobra considered a Ford product since Shelby?
It's got a Ford engine in it, which I really despise. But I'm
really?
a Chevrolet guy.
Yeah.
But no, it's a hodgepodge. It's a Frankenstein car.
Okay.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay.
Is it running?
Sort of.
Getting there.
We'll talk offline.
It's getting there.
Embarrass myself.
Don't forget to visit Janelle Peralt, who's here today with us today at jppropertiestx.com. And then also this weekend is the bucket truck rides over at the Louis Hayes Park. It's Public Power Week here. If you get a chance to say hello to your friendly K-Pub lineman, say thank you for your service. I don't know if they're going. They had a crew in Georgia that was busy. I wonder if they're going to go to Florida next because Milton is a monstrous hurricane.
Yeah.
Also, down in Center Point, there's Central Provisions. They're centered there in Center Point. Go ahead and say hello to those guys today. Coming up this weekend is the Oktoberfest over at Tail Chasers, Dog Park and Pub. And also, Barktoberfest is October 19th. And then don't forget to visit our friends over at the Hill Country Arts Foundation, the Texas Arts and Crafts Fair, November 1st through the 3rd. It's going to be beautiful out there, I think, for that here. So check them out. If you'd like to go to the Symphony and you're in the comments, just write, I want to go to the Symphony, and you'll be entered to win for 2 tickets that we're going to give away for the Symphony on Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow morning. We'll give those tickets away for the Thursday performance of the Symphony of the Hills, their inaugural 24-25 season. Remember, it's a shortened season this year, so keep that in mind. Also, early voting starts in 2 weeks, the 21st through the 25th.
Wow.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hill Country Youth Event Center in the West Kerr Annex is where your locations are at. And then from 7 to 7, Saturday, October 26th. And from noon to 6 at Sunday, October 27th. And 7 to 7, Monday through Friday, October 28th through November 1st. Yesterday was the last day to register to vote, so if you're there, you're out of luck.
Go vote, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like my new music, Doug? I like mariachi music.
I'm feeling like breakfast taco right now.
Yeah.
Let's go to Mary's.
Yeah. Doug knows pruning, by the way.
I know people that know pruning. That's what that should say.
Prune your garden like a master. That is Versailles, by the way. That you're there. You look happy in a lot of those.
Yeah, you don't give me very much warning when it comes time to these photos, so I could have some really goofy looks on my face.
That's the best part of it, though. Is that
I'm not shy.
This is why people love this so much. Is that you're just caught off guard.
It's in the moment, yeah.
It's in the moment.
Yep. Okay.
I did put in the Facebook post that if you didn't know it, that Patrick would know it.
Yes.
Okay.
You can pretty much throw that in the 95 percentile range. Yeah.
Right. Yes. You know a lot of stuff, Doug. What do you feel like you know the best? The boots, maybe? Kids' boots? What do you?
In the store?
In the store.
I probably know in the store. I probably know the guns, the pistols. I'm not a rifle guy. Pistols in the what do you call it? The camping and sporting goods stuff.
How about cold protection? How about
I know that pretty good too. Yeah.
And then the hats. How are the hats looking?
Man, if you haven't been over to see our new hat thing, you gotta go. Yeah. It is impressive. There's 400 hats on one
amazing.
wall.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, ball caps. You gotta go check it out. It's impressive.
Doug also knows kids' boots, by the way.
Yeah.
There it is. Kids' boots, Doug.
I'm really sad those little floral ones don't come in my size.
Yeah. Sorry. We can get something kind of close.
Yeah.
All right.
Not exactly that, but close.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't want to say cute, but she's here. Kylie Gazelle's here.
Adorable. That's what you wanted to say.
Yeah. Kylie Gazelle at South Star Bank. Trunk or treat coming up October 31st. How are we doing on getting Krusty the Clown into this thing?
I thought you were volunteering.
No.
What if we got you a Sasquatch?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm too little for Sasquatch though.
All right.
Did you see the video that they had out of Oklahoma of Sasquatch like laying around?
No.
It looked like a big orangutan.
No,
I didn't see it.
All right, what's going on at the bank?
I did want to mention this week is Teller Appreciation Week. So
Ooh.
if you go to your local bank today or anytime this week, just be sure to say thanks to whoever is helping you. And if you don't have a local bank, come see me and we'll get you a local bank.
What is the benefit of having a local bank?
Oh my gosh. Well, the most common complaint that I hear when people are looking for a local bank, they're looking for it because they're tired of not getting customer service. Like you can't just walk into a lot of those big banks where they might be, you've been with them for ever generations, and you can't walk into one. You can't even call a branch and speak to an actual person. It's always a foreigner or a machine or something, and we don't have that. You are always going to get a person, unless it's after hours, then you'll get our voicemail, but then we'll call you back. You can walk in. You don't have to make an appointment. We're always here to help. So that's been our biggest thing that I hear when people are searching for a local bank, is just being able to walk in and do business like they used to be able to do.
I appreciate that. I like walking into the bank, and doing things, especially the big local banks like the bank corner over there, South Star, not Broadway, that's over here, Happy Bank, and then this Security State place across the street from you guys. You ever just throw things across the street to hit somebody from Security State, by the way?
I don't know, but every morning when we come in, there is trash in our yard.
So
maybe I need to start watching those cameras.
Yeah, it might be Comerica.
Tell us that we got the beautification award.
Yeah, it might be Comerica. They might be the problem there. So yeah, blame it on them. Trunk or treat coming up on the 31st. Oh, there we go. Mark's got my. He's throwing down. He's gonna take care of us here. Tell me, are we still doing the CPS thing?
Yes. Oh yeah, we're still doing that. I know she mentioned that they're really looking for like hygiene products.
Okay.
Because clothes, of course, are so easy to come by and be donated, but those hygiene products have to be new, so they don't get a lot of
like diapers and things like that. So. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, diapers, toothbrushes, toothpaste, bath stuff, anything that you can think of that's a hygiene product, they probably need it.
Okay. All right.
So definitely bring that by. We take all kind of stuff. People will seriously just walk in here and drop like one item and then leave.
All right.
Thank you. They take it all because you never know what is going to come across your table. So.
All right.
We're helping any way we can.
Hey, good news, by the way. Today is Amazon Prime Day, and I saw that the little bowling pins I was looking at were half off. So they might get bought today, all right?
Okay, deal. Show up for the trunk or treat, and we can just add it to our games.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank y'all.
All right, now we go to the thanks, Kyla. Now we go to the Phoenix Wellness Center, where the great and powerful Wendy Jones is waiting for us. Wendy, good morning. How are you today? How is the cow?
The cow's great. I have decided to use a milking machine now to give my hands a little break. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But she's great. I drink the raw milk. I make butter. I make ice cream.
Are you churning the butter by hand, or do you have a machine to do that yourself, or what? I mean, what's going on with that?
I use my great grandmother's butter churn.
Oh wow! So you're doing it by hand then?
Yes, I do everything the old-fashioned way.
All right. What is your tip for the day today? Give us your tip for the day.
All right, so I got a fitness tip today. I work with a lot of people that are trying to get healthy, and I love that. But honestly, most people that come, the goal typically is to look better naked, right? That's what everybody wants. That's why most people come to the gym. Okay, so I've got 4 tips today to help people look better naked. Number 1 is rest and recovery. It's really important if you're on a workout program trying to look better that you rest, because when you get enough REM sleep, that's when your growth hormones reset and magic happens during the night. So rest and recovery is really important. Number 2 is strength training. If you want to change the way your body looks, you have to lift weights. It's the most important thing in changing the look of your body. Number 3, of course, is nutrition. If you're eating, chips and snacks and things that are bad for you, your body's probably not going to improve. And the 4th thing is probably the most important, along with strength training, is consistency. It has to be a consistent part of your life. Every day you have to do these things, every single day. And it's not even as important what you do when you get to the gym. The important thing is just that you get to the gym. Consistency is absolutely key.
Right. And that's it. And that's the biggest thing, is just making sure you do it like not every day necessarily, but doing it on a regular basis though.
Yes, you have to be consistent. I mean, if you work out real hard and you do everything really well for a week, and then you take 2 weeks off, and then you come back, I mean, the progress is going to be very limited, if any.
All right, absolutely. All right, I'm curious about the cow. So when you make some ice cream, let me know so I can prepare for the sugar, and I will be there.
I make a carnivore version of ice cream, so no sugar.
Okay, next week, let's talk about the carnivore thing, because Doug is fascinated by it.
I am.
Doug is ready to talk about it.
It's very popular right now. It's also very controversial. It's also the reason I bought a milk cow. It all started with my carnivore journey.
You're going to eat the milk cow?
To be able to have my own milk at my own place. So I definitely have a lot to say on that topic.
And then you can eat the cow after she's done milking, right? No?
We can, yeah.
All right. Good to know. All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you on Thursday.
Okay. You have a good
All right.
one.
Thanks a lot. Don't forget, if you want to go to the Symphony, Bolero is going to be the topic of conversation there. Just write in the comments, I want to go to the Symphony, and we will put you into the list as well. Speaking of the Symphony, the Hill Country Youth Orchestra was supposed to show up today, I guess. I don't know, but Mark Hoffler's here, which is all that matters at this point, because he knows what's going on. And Mark, how are you? Do you think that Kyla took a little swipe at you guys maybe for polluting the is that what happened? Do you think
there will be a full investigation?
I hope so. Yeah.
Who did the trash?
Who did the trash? Although you guys have a wonderful sort of like 80s, early 90s kind of bank motif there with a gigantic fireplace there at Security State Bank. It's a large facility. It really is.
It is a large facility, and styles and trends come and go, and the 80s style and trend will show up again.
Yeah.
And will look very, very...
it's a spacious bank. There's lots of room in there.
It's huge.
It is huge.
There's you need if you're a banker, you need to know how to play golf.
Right. Right.
We have a practice facility inside.
I bet you do. You probably have an 18-hole simulator in there. I mean, it's crazy how big that place is.
Yeah.
Is that just an aside here? Was that what was it? How long have you lived here in Kerrville?
All my life.
All your life. What was it like here during the SNL time? Were there banks like this too? Were they big? Because I lived in a community in Southern California that was heavily impacted by the SNL collapse, and we had probably 50 or 60 banks in our community, very similar to Kerrville, where it had, but some of these banks are huge,
I think during that time you're speaking, or you're referring to, there were 8 or 9 banks in Kerrville, and all of them failed except what was known at that time as First National Bank of Kerrville, which is turned into Wells Fargo there at the Five Points location.
Yeah, right.
So one bank survived and the other ones didn't.
Wow. And that was just a traumatic time for so many people. That was like the mid to late 80s, I guess. So that period of time, you were just a kid probably. You were just coming out of college probably at that time.
Been around a little bit. It was a perfect storm of a bad economy driven by real estate and oil. Mm-hmm. There were way too many banks in the country. Yeah. And I think there was a big overreaction by the regulators to start shutting the
doors on those things. Yeah. Right.
Was that the same time as the branch banking starting, or was that shortly after? I think that was after, maybe.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and up until that time, branch banking was not allowed in Texas. It was
really?
Unit bank state.
Oh, really? So you had to have a big bank somewhere then? Is that how that worked exactly? I'm not even sure.
It was a one-off. You couldn't have branches.
Oh, really? Yeah. You just had one bank. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a foreign concept to me. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, I remember when the fallout of the SNL crisis, I lived in this town that I lived in Southern California. I mean, it was a snowbird community, and it had literally a bank on every corner. There were some places it was like Junction Highway, and there was 4 banks on one corner. I think 2 of them failed at one point. Citibank, became one of them. Bought another one. Usually a savings and loan of some sort. So, and these banks are all like 10,000 square feet office spaces, wide open, very spacious, very nice. So, how's the commercial loan business these days?
It's a little quiet. I think most people are waiting for the election to come and go. Thank God.
Exactly.
It'll be over soon.
It'll be over soon.
Rates are starting to go down, so I think next year is going to be busy.
Busy, yeah. People are, in a commercial loan situation, though, like what is it exactly that you do for commercial loans?
In this market, a true commercial loan where you think about financing equipment and inventory and things like that for manufacturing entities doesn't really exist because we don't have a lot of that in Kerrville. So if you're making commercial loans in this area, they'll be real estate related.
Right, right.
Financing doctors' offices, apartments, any kind of investor property like that.
Right. Good stuff. Now, you're not here for that, actually. You're here to talk about the Hill Country Youth Orchestra. And what's going on with the Youth Orchestra?
Well, Lewis, thanks for having me. And I'll speak to the Hill Country Youth Orchestra's history just for a little bit, and then I'll share an event we have, a fundraising event that we have coming up shortly, which is very, very unique, I think. I've been on the board about 10 years and currently serve as the board chair. I've been doing that 2 or 3 years. The Hill Country Youth Orchestras was founded in 1986 by Linda Abels. Many of us know who Linda is. At the time, she was the director of music at First United Methodist Church here in Kerrville. And she and Steve had a 5-year-old daughter named Molly. And Molly wanted to learn how to play the violin. So Linda started doing what Linda does and researching things. And I think the original orchestra were 5 kiddos that were very young, probably 7 or 8 years old. And now we have 3 campuses. We have Kerrville. We have a Bernie campus, which we opened about 5 years ago, and then we have a campus in Fredericksburg. All told, we have 10 orchestras.
Wow.
4 in Kerrville, 4 in Bernie, and 2 in Fredericksburg. And the age range, you can start as young as 7 years old, and you go through high school.
Right, right.
It's an amazing program to watch, and it's really fun to watch the kiddos grow. The ones that start at age 7 and go through age 18 acquire a great skill in playing an instrument, but they also learn how to discipline themselves and get along with other people, which obviously serves them well in their adult life.
And we've had some success stories, more than I could probably count of graduates of this program or kids who have participated in this program going on and doing great things in music, playing in big orchestras, things like that too.
Yes. And you spoke of Symphony of the Hills, and we all know that Gene Dowdy is the conductor. And Gene's director of music at Schreiner University, and he's a big proponent of Hill Country Youth Orchestras.
Right.
Right now we have, across our 3 campuses, we have about 160 kids. We've had over 2,000 kiddos go through the program since 1986. We're happy to be here. We're thankful to First United Methodist Church for providing us a facility rent-free for all these years.
Right.
And we also, down in Bernie, we have our rehearsals at St. Helena's Episcopal Church, and we're thankful for their generosity. And in Fredericksburg, we practice at the Methodist Church over there.
If you've never been to the Hill Country Youth Orchestra, it is a sight to behold, quite frankly. I mean, some of the quality of the music is just outstanding too.
I would consider our program when we get to the high school age to be an elite program, and I'm not exaggerating.
Right.
I'm not being a hometown bragging about. It's very, very true that our instructors, our conductors are above average, and they help produce an above average product.
Right.
And I totally agree with your.
Well, every time I've gone, it's been incredible. So I mean, it's amazing to watch. So, you have an event coming up? What is it and when?
Yes. We have an event called the High Tea.
Oh, that's right, the High Tea, yes.
Which is very unique to Kerrville.
Yeah.
We're all aware of all the different fundraising events that go on in this community.
Yeah, right.
The High Tea this is our 4th year. We will hold it at the Museum of Western Art for the 2nd year.
A glorious venue, by the way.
It's amazing. Your ticket will allow you admission into the museum to see the exhibits. It's a perfect venue. We anticipate 150 or so attendees. Speaking of our alumni, we'll have a young man that's attending Abilene Christian University that will play for us. Wow. I think he's a sophomore there. And the venue, back to the venue, it's kind of cool because if you've ever, I'll try to describe a High Tea very, very quickly. We have original, genuine English china, or whatever the proper word is. Rails will be catering.
Very nice.
It's very elegant. The ladies love to dress up and wear their hats, and there are a few men that show up.
Doug,
so
this could be an opportunity for you.
I'll
could be an
go,
opportunity for you for hats. You could sell some hats with this thing.
Well, I was just say I'll go.
Probably not trucker hats, but yeah, right.
Trucker hats.
So we serve just wonderful food, and we have this English high tea thing going on in one room, and then the rest of the building is the Museum of Western Art.
Right.
So you have these two cultures that on the surface may not look like they gel, but it's really, Lewis, it's really
it's
cool.
really it looks really cool. I haven't been to it yet, but it's a beautiful event and a beautiful venue too, so you can't really beat it. So
anyway, it's Saturday, October 19th.
Yep.
Starts at 11 a.m. and we'll have you out by around 2, and we play bingo. It's kind of fun to watch ladies get competitive about their bingo cards.
Yeah, right.
Start climbing over the table to make their voice heard, and it's
nothing like that. It's like fighting for it. Especially if there's like a really great prize, like an HEB gift card. People will fight over that for sure. So
I mean, Gibson's gift card.
Gibson's gift card. Yeah.
You could imagine
and you could hire Doug as a personal shopper. That sounds like a good idea.
I'll defer that to Wanda. She's the professional.
Yes, people.
Yeah.
We'll do that next year. Anyway, we're looking forward to that. And, and it's fun, and we create a lot of income for the programs.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. Thanks.
I appreciate it very much for you being here, and we'll track down the others and get them back on here. So.
Well, they're musicians. You can't count.
You can't count on them for sure. I know. I hear you. All right, Mark. Thanks a lot for being with us this morning. We'll get you back to work over at Security State Bank. Glad to have you here. Good to see you. All right, a couple of news and notes before we get started here. You know what? I'm gonna have you sit here.
Okay, I'm gonna be Julie Davis today.
You're gonna be Julie Davis today because Julie blew me off again.
Big shoes to fill, just so you know.
Julie Davis blew me off again. Deb is here. So is Shannon from the Kerrville Folk Festival. I got a great idea for him, by the way.
Okay, so we're
come on up. Yeah. I got a great idea for you guys. Yeah. Come on. I discovered something the other day that I want you guys to think about. Okay. Because I'm a weirdo. Well, actually, let me get to my news and notes first, then I'll tell you my weird story. Mayor Joe Herring will not be at the city council meeting tonight. He had a relapse of his illness and went back to the hospital over the weekend. He got released on Sunday. He's back home. He's recuperating, and he will miss tonight's meeting. It means that Mayor Pro Tem Brenda Hughes will serve as the mayor tonight. She's been basically filling in for all of his public roles. I think Mr. Herring, Mayor Herring, I think he pushed himself too hard. We all have a tendency to do that. We get sick, and we're like, I got to get back into the things. Best thing I know is get back to work. And I think he pushed too hard and didn't feel very good. I think his tummy hurt after that. So we wish him well. Hope he gets back. He'll probably still write a column for Thursday's newsletter. So we'll see how that goes. The Kerr County Sheriff's Office chased a guy who had stolen a truck through Kerr County on Sunday, and then he crashed that truck into a storage container in a storage facility in Bernie. They arrested him and took him to jail. He was apparently had done an armed robbery in Junction. So he went from Kimball County to Kerr County and then ended up in Kendall County. KKK. Not good. So there was that.
Not to be on the road with
an
18-wheeler in a chase.
You know what I discovered? Are you a golfer?
No, really. My grandfather tried to teach me, and I was too loud and rambunctious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't scream at the ball to give them the
Doug,
ball,
are you
apparently.
a golfer?
I know how to play golf, but I've always said I'm going to wait until I can't do other sports before I start golf.
That's great. I kind of play golf every 4 or 5 years. There's something that happens in there, and I haven't done it for a while. But I did play Skyshriner Golf Course, so it's celebrating its 100th anniversary later this month. I think in a couple weeks. And I was looking this up the other day. This is fascinating to me. So 100 years old. Actually, the oldest golf course in San Antonio was built in 1919. So it's only 5 years younger than the oldest course in San Antonio, which means it's like one of the oldest continuously played courses in the state of Texas. Because most of these big public courses that were built that are historic were built between 1900 and 1925. So I was sort of surprised by that the oldest kind of golf course, as we know golf courses today, only date to the 1880s. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. I would have thought they would have been a lot older than that. But a lot of them didn't keep records. A lot of them didn't have 18 holes. A lot of them played 8 holes, or they had different combinations of it. So Scott Shriner Golf Course is historic in more ways than one. And it would have been highly unusual, I guess, to have a course like this in a place like Kerrville in the 20s. So kind of an interesting story. I went down that rabbit hole last night of time spent. So researching things. Okay, here's the deal. The folk festival people here, we're going to have them on for a little bit here, but I got to throw an idea at them. So I found this thing. I've been stewing this for a few days now. I don't know how I found it. It was just one of these things on YouTube, where you just kind of go down these speaking of rabbit holes. Mm-hmm. So there is a music festival, a folk music festival in Barcelona. I guess it's Catalonia, right?
Catalonia.
And they call it the festival is called Ethno Catalonia. And what they do is they bring in musicians from all over the world. And they have an orchestra that plays along with them. And I'm telling you, it's a Kerrville Folk Festival vibe. It's the coolest thing ever. It's a bunch of I'm not kidding. It's a bunch of people not wearing shoes, not wearing bras, just jamming. They just get in and they just jam with anybody. And so one of the things that I saw was a woman who was I don't know, I'm kind of captivated by her, but she was singing in Turkish, and beautiful singer, right? And so nobody knows the lyrics, so everyone's got pieces of paper, it's totally improvised, but the sound, and they did it. There was a singer from Ecuador, there was a singer from Algeria, there was a singer from Germany, there was a singer from it was just the coolest thing. And I thought, you know what, the Kerrville Folk Festival orchestra.
Actually, we used to do something quite similar to that. On usually the last night of the festival, we would have the Orchestra of the Hills come out, and accompany a night of music out at the folk festival. So we have done something very similar.
We did that for the 50th.
Yeah.
David Amram.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that's been out there, but this is singers and backup singers and the whole shebang. And I was like, oh, and they're all wearing Birkenstocks, and it's just, tie dye, man buns, I kind of dig it, you know. So
as long as you're not stereotyping us.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. I'm not.
It sounds like he's pigeonholing.
I'm not trying to pigeonhole it. I mean, if they're wearing black ties, I'd say no. But although Guy Forsythe, you know, playing with black tie with his sort of ragtime Dixieland group would be kind of fun though out there. Let me get to you guys in a minute here. So hold on that thought. By the way, I just want to hit it again. Speaking of music, we have Bolero coming Thursday night at the Symphony of the Hills. If you want to get tickets, Mary Washington, you got to enter your name in this. You want to go say, all you got to write is, I want to go to the symphony in the comments, and we'll get you entered to win 2 tickets from the for the Symphony of the Hills. Their debut performance for 24-25, after I tortured poor Gene and you were here for that, right? Oh, you missed that.
He left. Like,
you got it.
He was quizzing them on all this music, and they were failing, and I thought I have no chance. I'm just going to...
Yeah, you were horrified by the number of movies I'd watched.
Well, yeah. I recognized the Schindler's List thing. Other than that, I haven't watched that many movies.
You probably
So
have.
it was a soundtrack thing?
It was a soundtrack.
Oh, man, you got to get my wife on and try that.
Yeah.
She is so good at that. I don't know how she does
Gene
it.
Dowdy was awful. It was amazing. So he admitted it too. So, but if you want to go to the symphony, get it done. Speaking of symphonic music, Doug Hesler, what do you have for us today, Doug?
I don't have a lot of stuff. You can keep Bolero in the background. I'm totally cool with that.
Let me just move the camera on you so you can see your face.
Oh, that's important. Very important.
All right. No,
Okay,
twist it up.
Should I sit up straight? What are we doing? I don't know.
No. This is part of the joy of the show. All right, there you
You're
go.
making all your viewers ill.
I know. I gotta get my camera out though. What do you? Wait, you have cleaning supplies for us?
We are back to maintenance.
Yeah.
We're back to maintenance, right? Windows are made of sand.
Okay.
Glass is made of sand, right? So it's porous. So you have to clean it, or else it gets,
Gross.
I'll say ruined, but you can always fix it. This is
Wow, look at that.
the name brand to
Right.
get
Unger is
Unger.
top.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Top,
and we
top.
sell like just about everything that they make. One of the beauties of their stuff is that all of the ends fit the poles. So if you buy Unger pole, it'll fit in all of the different Unger products that you get. So some people out there are high windows, you know, and you need to get stuff. Scraper.
Oh, nice.
It's a little scraper, so you can get
Doug knows scraping.
Yeah.
get the crap
Get the
off the
bugs
windows,
off.
before you clean. And then the squeegees, there's all sorts of different sizes, and this one comes with an extra little rubber piece in there for squeegee. So maintenance of your windows in your home is very important. Plus, you know, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but like I sure noticed at my house, the sun's coming up at a different time, so
the morning
it
is
shows
just,
those
it just-
windows
it
like
just shows terrible
nothing, man,
things.
with that low light.
And
yeah,
what's
so-
with the bugs? Just leaving tracks and goo all over
Man.
everywhere.
It's ridiculous.
It is the season of
It
the
is the
butterfly
season, like-
apocalypse.
Yes.
I am
Leaving tracks on things.
Yeah.
I drove to Brady the other night, and my car was just covered.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm back
covered
and forth
in
to
stuff.
Bender every day, and I am like a butterfly mass murderer.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. So
It's terrible. You're like, it's just kind of artistic by the time you're done with it. There's just yellow goo everywhere and reds and stuff like that.
But I have more important stuff to tell you about. I brought
Okay.
the Unger stuff because I figured we have to at least show the audience something.
Yeah.
However, the big news at Gibson's is we're having a garage sale this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right.
And it's a big one. We got all kinds of stuff, and everything is like 70 to 90% marked down for the garage sale. And that's not everything in the store, by the way. That's the garage sale stuff. So don't come in and try to buy a $50 shotgun. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But we got air conditioners, the window ACs we have, like a third of the cost of normal. We got a bunch of stuff that's like Milwaukee.
What about Pearl Snaps?
No, Pearl Snap, sorry.
Dang it.
We got some Milwaukee blower thingies that are battery operated, and they're like $100, and they're usually like $350. All kinds of stuff. We got some kids' shoes, and we got clothing. We got all kinds of hardware stuff. There's little packages of nuts and bolts and screws and stuff. They usually cost you $4 or $5. Or selling them for 50 cents. What we're trying to do is trying to clear out a bunch of stuff because Christmas is coming, and we need some space. So I highly recommend folks come by Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
And you'll get some smoking deals. And then lastly, I was requested our knife sharpening guy. Remember when we brought him on 8 months ago? That guy is massively popular. Yeah. So many people come in. So he's making everybody a deal for Thanksgiving. 3 knives sharpened for $24.
Oh, wow.
And that's from November 1st through the 16th. So you can get yourself all carved up and stuff, and nice sharpen up your knives. So when you're
a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife.
Way more. So. Yes.
I don't know about that.
So that's
holiday safety.
Yes. So that's what's happening over there. Feel free to come by and get your knife sharpened. Check out the deals we got this weekend. It's going to be a big deal. We're going to have tents out front. We're moving all that stuff out front and putting up tents and tables, and so it'll be some really good deals.
I tell you what,
stuff and stuff.
Right? Stuff and stuff. What would be the best deal you think you're going to have at this garage sale? What's the thing?
I honestly think the yard tools are the best deal, but they're going to go super fast. I mean, because we got, like, for example, one of those Husqvarna yard trimmers, like a weed whacker thingy, and I mean the thing's like $100, and it's almost $400 usually.
Right.
But we're getting out of that business. We can't compete with the big box stores on that stuff. And we have a few left, so we're just blowing them out. So if you need yard type stuff like that, come get it. But you got to be early Saturday, or else it's going to go fast.
It's going to go fast. It's going to go. Yeah. All right.
And rings and rails. You know what rings and rails are for guns? It's like where you mount your scope on your rifle. There's they're all kind of different. Anyway, so we have boxes of those things. They're usually like $40 or $50 a piece, and we're selling them for $10. So
that's great.
If you're a hunting or a gun enthusiast, or you like mountain scopes and stuff, we got tons.
All right.
So
good stuff. Yeah. Doug joins us here every Tuesday on The Lead. Are you gonna have any food there at that thing?
No, we're not. We're not doing food that particular day. But we are. No, well, we're waiting for Thanksgiving. We're gonna do the turkey thing again.
There's popcorn, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's always popcorn. There's always popcorn.
But we're gonna do the turkey thing again for Thanksgiving. So you get a smoked turkey, a roasted turkey, and a fried turkey that you get to taste the difference.
That's the way to do it.
Turkey tasting.
All right. Let's go over to Janelle Peralta over there in the command center now. Janelle, what's going on in the real estate market?
It's pivoting. The market's starting to change.
Is it?
If you want to time a market, it's happening.
I get my notes all the time, from the different real estate people. And, I get price reductions from realtor.com all the time. So there's some deals out there. I'm seeing some deals that are intriguing. So
there are massive deals. There are contractors that are looking for work. There are interest rates falling. I can just tell you across the board, just drive by, calls off signs, inquiries, they're coming up. We haven't completely changed the market yet, but it's influx. It's definitely influx.
Which is that condo you and I looked at the other day, for a show down the road here. I thought that's a great deal. As you said, lock and leave.
Yeah.
Lock and leave.
I mean, I mowed and weeded and worked around my house all weekend. But if you'd like to spend your weekends doing anything else, you can go where someone else does all the work for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's
free up your entire weekend, right?
Right. It's the Guadalupe River condos, and which I think are delightful, and that one had a great view too.
The views of the Guadalupe, there's nowhere in town that beats
and the thing about that particular property though that I liked a lot was that you weren't going to get blasted by the sun necessarily on a regular basis. I get blasted by the sun at my place in the afternoons, and it warms up in the back.
These are more south-facing exposures.
Yeah. So it's rock solid as far as the construction goes. So in case if Godzilla does attack us coming out of the Nimitz Lake, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to be all right.
Any big rainstorms, we should be good to go.
Right. What do you think the next few weeks are going to? Do you think the election's freaking people out?
I think there's a wait and see attitude across the board in a presidential election cycle.
Yeah. Right.
So
we're feeling that in retail as well.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's universal. It happens regularly. It's documented. So there are going to be a few people that get buys at the garage sale or out shopping properties, and there is definitely movement along those lines.
Right.
And then I think Mark's right. Going into next year, it's going to be a little different scene.
Yeah.
So if you want to time a market or get ahead of something, pay attention right now.
Yeah, pay attention for sure. And that's the thing I think that's interesting about the real estate market right now is that you have this sort of momentum, with the price. And people are like, oh, okay. What's interesting though is that some of the houses I'm seeing that are priced like in what I would say would be affordable for me, they're not as in bad shape as I've seen them in the past. You know what I mean? When you see a house like, what, $250,000 for it, and you're gonna have to put a new floor in, new roof, maybe a whole new air conditioning system.
The dynamic of the national builders coming in has completely changed how much inventory there is in certain price points.
Yeah, right. And you know what? One of the things people like, we've heard this before. It's like, who would buy those houses? Well, those houses are selling pretty quick, from what I understand. I think I heard that they're almost fully sold. All the models they've built are sold. So
well, and that's part of their model.
Yeah.
So they will discount heavily to make sure that the wheel's turning and that they are turning them over and starting them on regular intervals.
Yeah.
What D.R. Horton is doing in Fredericksburg, they are going crazy, and that's for the Hill Country community.
Where's D.R. Horton building in Fredericksburg?
Off Pica and Harmony Hills. 2,500 square foot houses, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, brand new, in the mid-4s.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Wow, look at that, Jeremy. Look out the window. Jeremy's like lifting stuff up. Yeah, that guy's really strong.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, chores.
and kegs.
Chores.
Look at him. He just looks like he's got boots on. He looks like he's like checking the lines on something there. Anyway, if I was in Salades, I'd actually show the video of it happening. Anything else we need to look forward to in as far as real estate goes?
It's if you want to get ahead of the curve, now is the time. We've got a wait and see market. You've got interest rates coming down. We have sellers that are making price concessions. It's all coming together. So, and people are starting to call and ask questions. And if you're a seller, it's time to.
What's the dumbest question you get asked all the time? You can tell me.
What kind of payments will the seller take?
Oh, so like buyer, like a
owner finance.
owner finance type deal?
Yeah, and what kind of payments do they want?
Yeah. I can't
They
get
don't
out
want
there.
payments,
They
but we
don't
can
want
introduce you to many lenders in Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
Get y'all fixed up.
Yeah. Are you still seeing a lot of out-of-staters? Are the Oregonians moving here in mass still?
Yeah, well, I mean, we get inquiries from all over everywhere, and they do visit in sections. But I'd say right now, going into this presidential cycle, I don't have anyone on the books coming in from out of state to look right now. So those things could be related.
Yeah. I was looking at an interesting stat yesterday. I go down these rabbit holes all the time. I get all the Census Bureau data, and it was interesting, like this dynamic that, all these, Californians are moving here, which is true. But it's a lot less than people think in some ways, which is
and
interesting.
the backside is there are actually many Texans moving to California.
Yeah.
That's the shocker.
That's the shocker. Yeah.
Like, I get why they would come here, but
it actually is like the last cycle, there was a huge number of Texans moving to California.
yes.
But there's still a net gain for Texas from Californians. But what's interesting was the number of people who were looking for jobs that were coming to Texas from California, and those it was a much smaller number. That there was a much smaller net gain. But like the Californians that are coming here, they're bringing high net worth jobs because you have to pay them. You're not gonna get them out of California unless you pay them, which means that Texas wages are going up.
The Texas economic forecast is very shiny.
Yeah.
We are in an excellent position. We should be expecting people.
Yeah.
Because we have a very nice economic forecast and growth and more available workers in some areas.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Got a lot of workers for sure. Have you gone out to the folk festival? You've been out there for a while?
It's been like I moved here over 30 years ago, and that was way back when.
Way back when. So
Way
you went early.
I went early.
Okay.
That and the WYO Social, you got to get those knocked out.
Yeah, that's right. First time's right.
They wouldn't let you get,
The WYO Social was. I mean, we had pictures of the Kerrville Daily Times. It was wild. Mm-hmm. So it was quite the event, wasn't it?
It sure was.
But we have this thing coming up, Welcome Home Fest, which starts on Thursday. Believe it or not, is that right? Thursday. Oh my gosh. I'm of course looking forward to this is a great one as well. But what are we looking for? Deb's here. Shannon's here. How are you guys? What do you guys? How does it look?
It looks good. This is a smaller festival than our Fall Fest. Than our Spring Festival.
Yeah.
So it's
not 18 days.
It's not 18 days. It's the weather's a little nicer. It's a little more intimate. We do all the shows at our campground stage. We actually try to attract both a younger, hipper clientele than our traditional folk festival, as well as younger, hipper artists. The Welcome Home Fest last year was named by the Austin Chronicle as the best refresh of a traditional music festival. So we're very proud of that. So it's a really, if you think you know what you think folk music is, you should probably come check this one out because it's probably going to surprise you in some way. You're probably going to hear something that hopefully makes you go home with a new favorite artist.
Is there anybody in there that you guys have not seen before? You're just kind of going guessing who might surprise people.
Sunny War. She's really up and coming. Her career's going gangbusters right now. I feel like we're very lucky to get her on the way up because I suspect very soon we're not going to be able to afford her, to be quite honest with you. Possessed by Paul James, of course, is a local favorite. We're delighted to have Conrad closing the festival out. We have a couple of sort of, I won't call them legacy performers because they haven't played our festival frequently, but they are kind of icons, and that's Michael Hurley and Dan Byrne. Both of them are extremely well respected, have been around the industry for quite a while, and are very much worth seeing.
Yeah.
Melissa Carper, Hill Country favorite. You should absolutely come check her out. She does a great show. We also have Cam Franklin coming. She's from Houston, and she has really taken Houston by storm. She's won a number of Houston Press Awards down there. So we're really...
Suffers. She's in her band, The Suffers.
Yes,
super
The Suffers.
Popular. They're like a big... We got some funk band action, Colors in the Electric Joint.
Yeah, it's a wonderfully diverse, interesting lineup for sure. And come out and check out something new. Even if you've been out to the festival years and years ago, it's a new day.
It is a new day. And the thing I like about it too is that it's tight. It's contained inside the Threadgill. You get a little bit of a walk to get there, but it's tight. It's a tight performance area. It's comfortable. Yeah. It's shaded. The weather, according to the National Weather Service, should be fantastic.
Perfect.
It should be about maybe the high of 90 all weekend, which and the Threadgill doesn't really matter. So
yeah, it's great. There's going to be a little breeze. It's going to be lovely, and of course, the Threadgill Theater is in the middle of our campground.
Yeah,
and there will be, just as there always is, music going on all around the campground all day long, all night long.
Now, I was crushed to know that during the folk festival during the spring that there was Tuba Skinny went into the campground with the guy from
Squirrel Nut
Zippers, and they put on a show.
Yeah, it was
another
fantastic.
show.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. You got to hang out for the late night.
You should have immediately texted me and said,
"Where are you? Come back." You left too early.
I got a mild crush on the trumpet player, so I mean, I would have gone and seen her for a minute, just for that. I got her to sign.
Yeah.
I got my thing. They were so good.
Yeah,
they were so good.
Yeah.
They could be your orchestra. Yeah.
Sure.
Right. So they were so
Street band
good.
orchestra.
That was probably I got to get a photo of them up here. But that's probably my favorite performance this year so far.
Yeah.
So it might be my favorite folk festival performance. I don't know. So I mean, it's hard to say. I'm looking forward to this as well. There's going to be other events too attached to this this weekend. Let me just look at the schedule I have here. So on Friday, our own John from Pine and Plow will be doing a beer seminar and tasting. That's at 2:00.
We're going to actually have 4 breweries out with samples. It's going to be an Oktoberfest theme. So we're going to be doing some Oktoberfest beers and some food pairings for that. We haven't done it for quite a number of years, so we're very excited to be bringing that back. And of course, we're delighted to be showcasing Pint and Plow.
Yes, right. And the Pint and Plow's having a little event as well, and this is they're hosting a little happy hour at the Kerr-Tri Courtyard. That's at 4:00 on Saturday. What is that exactly?
Kerr-Tri. So the Kerr-Tri store is our.
Kerr-Tri. I'm sorry.
It's a little,
Okay, I got it. Right, gotcha.
So we love the Kerr words out at the festival,
of
course.
Kervert.
Yep, that's one of them. We do a little happy hour in the middle of the day just to keep the vibe and the music going, because we kick off the day with Laraji at Threadgill Theater, and then we have a little in the round with Matt the Electrician and Raina Rose and Southpaw Jones and Devin Sproul, and then we'll move over to the Kerr-Tri Courtyard and do a little half-price Pint and Plow beer happy hour with Meadow Makers, and then we'll come back over to Threadgill for the evening show. Right. So it's just like all-day music on Saturday.
I want to play a little snippet of Sunny War, though, because I'm curious now.
Oh, yeah, this is the best.
This is why I got it. This is why I got YouTube Premium, so I don't have any commercials. Oh, I like it. Oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah. All right. 30 seconds on before it gets blown up. Who else are you thinking we should play?
For you to play right now?
Sample,
right
now? Yeah.
Play some Melissa Carper.
Yeah, Melissa Carper.
All right. Melissa Carper. All right, let's see here.
She's just got a new record out. Mm-hmm.
This is called Ramblin' Soul. Oh yeah, this sounds good already. Like a little Western swing almost, yeah. I love this stuff.
We do too.
I know. This is Melissa Carper.
Yeah, she kicks off the Friday night show.
I don't have football to do on Friday night, so although it's TFND homecoming, but I'm not going to go to it. So, all right. Let me see here. Okay, what about Raina Rose? Who's this?
Raina Rose is a longtime attendee of our festival, and she has been a participant in New Folk, one of our finalists, and she's also been a New Folk judge in the past.
Nice.
And she's a dear friend, and she also makes a line of folk potions, or skincare line.
Oh, yeah.
Folk potions, that are phenomenal.
I like it.
Yeah, check out Camp Franklin too.
Camp Franklin. I'm looking for your
KM.
Are they on there? Oh, there it is. Camp Franklin. All right. Oh, I like this. A bitch didn't listen. Afro punk. Yeah, this might be something that you might not have expected from the folk festival.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
There's some twists to folk. Well, I mean, all music is folk music,
right? Yeah, exactly. She's been on Letterman, Colbert, Kimmel, The Tiny Desk. I like it. I like that a lot. That's like when I walked in. The beauty of this is that you can't. It's hard to get to all of them, right? And I remember walking in. Was it 2 years ago? And Ray Prim was playing, and I could hear him from the parking lot. Like, what is that? Wasn't quite like when I walked into the first time I went to the folk festival, which was at Threadgill, Shiny Ribs, and they were playing the Rihanna song. So that was terrific as well. And then, of course, Possessed by Paul James, a friend of the show. We have the great and powerful Conrad is here in the center stage of our facility here, but he's of course he's a I don't know how to describe him, a powerhouse of energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
He's a force.
He is a force. I'd like to see him with the Catalonian Orchestra, quite frankly.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's great. That's Possessed by Paul James, also known as Conrad Word, a special ed teacher at Tybee High School now. A bizarre story. Like one day I had lunch with him. He says, "Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here in Kerrville and go on the road." And then like 3 days later, he's teaching special ed at Tybee.
Yeah, he's a special human.
Because he felt that he was called to it. You know, he literally got a call from Rick Sorrell, the principal at Tybee, and he said, "We need you." And Conrad answered that call, and he was there. So pretty amazing. The tickets are obviously still available. Camping available?
All tickets include camping.
Okay.
You know, we want you to stay the night if you have too many Pint and Plow beers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have electricity and water throughout the campground if you need a little extra electricity. And that is all included in the price of your ticket. You can buy day tickets or you can buy a weekend pass and come out for the whole thing.
By the way, I saw John earlier, the Pint and Plow John, and he was saying, I just call him Pint and Plow John, or Dr. John. I saw him, and he said that he was very pleased with the number of tickets that were sold for the beer thing.
It's sold out.
Yeah, he was like, maybe 10 people will show up, and he's like, no, sold out. And so he's fired up. So he came in this morning. He locked himself out of the building 3 times, but he came in this morning to do that as well. I'm really excited about this event, and I'll see you guys out there.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you there.
What did you learn today, Janelle Peralt?
That there's going to be a giant garage sale at Gibson's on Saturday morning with
Garage
all kinds of
sale.
gadgets.
Yeah. Doug, did you learn anything today?
I did. I learned that I got to listen to more folk music because everything you played there was super cool.
Yeah, it was. It's great. You haven't been out there yet, have you?
I have not. No.
Oh,
Never?
no.
Yeah.
Well, I've only been a couple of years. So,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm still a newbie. I'm still shiny.
Well, we'll break
Are
in
you going to
at
ask
the
me
Folk
what I
Fest.
learned?
Yeah. What did you learn today?
I learned that Gibson needs to be a sponsor.
Yeah. There you go.
Dude, I would invite everybody. I'm not poking here, but I invite everybody who says that to come and spend a day with me. See how many times I get asked that. It is crazy, man. I did not expect that when I took this job. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, speaking of folk festival, Shannon, you were at. Did you make it up to Central Provisions on?
I did not. Not this time.
There was a bunch of us there, though.
It was magical.
Yeah, it was a great night.
Christy and Stacy, Christy Ritter and Stacy Foster, Sister Act. I was like, I enjoyed the two of them playing together. Yeah. But there was like an all-star band there.
Yeah, well, she's married to Josh Greider.
I know, Topo Chico Cowboys.
Topo Chico Cowboys, and then Stacy's amazing.
But you also had Rebecca Loby sitting there.
Rebecca Loby came in.
Yeah, and I heard there was other musicians there. I'm surprised that Possessed by Paul James didn't show up either. Boy, we could have had a jam that was unbelievable. So that was fantastic. What did you learn today, Shane?
I learned that there's a hippie orchestra festival in Spain that I need to attend.
Yes.
Nice try.
I know. Yeah, you need to go check this thing out. I'm telling you, it's the Ethno Catalonia Festival, in I believe it's in Barcelona. But
they don't love tourists there here.
I don't think so. Yeah, right. Speaking of that, I think let's go. We're going to close out the show with a little tuba skinning.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow. Live coverage tonight of the Kerrville City Council meeting. Starts at 6 o'clock. They'll be talking about growth and development issues. Brenda Hughes will be in charge today. So have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.